And welcome back. If you missed last game, it was a pretty gripping game between Oxy Connoisseurs and Geezer Gamers. We had a lot of user featuring, a lot of damage coming out of MG and Nat, Tetrix, but ultimately, Geezer Gamers managed to take the best of three. I'm joined here on the virtual desk with my good friend Snazzy and my good friend Freaky.
Hello.
Snazzy, Freaky. We are about to go into our first upper final of the evening, a game between Net Profit and Bones PUGS. Here's the bracket for you guys. It's that 4th seed versus 5th seed game we're about to go into here. And on our B stream on CappingTV 2, you guys will be seeing 2nd Spentagon versus the Oxys, the user team, that in our lower semi-final bracket. Now, the winner of this upcoming game will be qualifying for LAN Downunder. How good. If we have the rosters to bring up, Net Profit roster, we've got Air, Straw Bunny, Stam, Zeus, Taurus, and Essence with those classic OG TF2 portraits.
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
It's really clean. I mean,
Class.
Taurus is looking fierce. Freaky, what do you think about this roster?
The demo man has a longer chin. The roster, great. I know these guys, especially yourself, you all know each other. These are very well-known players in the community. Essence, older player, met him at LAN, quite a good bloke. But yeah, these are good players. Usually Zaya/Zeus plays that scout. He has been on the up-and-comer list for that scout, so surprised to see him on Pocket Soldier. But yeah, Stam as well, great soldier. Air, Straw Bunny, great scouts at that high level. Taurus having that theory and mechanics behind him to push the team forward, especially Essence having that skill itself behind him. It's a very good team, great chemistry. I love to see how they go up against their enemies, or frenemies, I should say.
And Straw Bunny is definitely one to look out for. That's like my only input on that one. Straw Bunny consistently surprises me with how just powerful.
Yeah,
But yes,
100%.
the other team here, Bone Pugs, we can see Space and Shooter on Scout, Ants and Aaron on the Soldiers, Roma and Pocket respectively, Jando on the Demo Man, and Samson on the Medic. Another just like monstrous team. It's massive.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. If you guys are getting sick of the misplays, we might see a little bit less of that. So hopefully some tighter gameplay, some more coordination between these two teams. I know for a fact that these two teams have been scrimming each other quite a bit over the last few weeks. Their history together, playing against each other a lot in this current season of Oz Fortress. Usually they go 1-for-1. Sometimes Net Profit gets out a little bit on top. But yeah, we've got some interesting maps. We got Sunshine as our first map, going into Gully, and then Clear Cut for a decider of the best of three. Snazzy, what are your thoughts on starting with Sunshine again?
I want to heal my... No, it's a good map. It plays... It's very dynamic. It's sort of like Process in that everyone just sort of plays it now. I like to say that it's literally just Process. So that kind of gives you my thoughts on that one. Everyone knows Process, everyone knows Sunshine. It's a quick map. It's got a lot going on.
Yeah, very scout-centric. In terms of the scouts, Freaky, who you're backing here? The Air and Straw Bunny combo, or the Shooter and Space combo?
I'm going to back Air and Straw Bunny here. I know itself, she has power. She is the John Cena WWE champion of the scouts between this matchup here. Air as well, known for that scout as well, but just I know her itself, insane. DM, it's just crazy. You want that from... I forgot, is she playing Flame Scout? Yes, that's what you want from Flame Scout. Air Combo Scout, solid choice. And then just to back it up even more, having that Brutus to the Caesar kind of chemistry.
Fantastic. And before we go to Wan and Ben, who will be our casters, let's get some predictions. I'm going to quickly rub out some of my whiteboard and we'll get some predictions here. Going into Sunshine.
You need to run on Wan and Ben as well.
Oh no, there's so many predictions to write.
I know.
Okay, so we've got Net Profit versus... Who's our other team? Bones
God.
Pugs.
Good question.
Bones Pugs, yeah.
Freaky. Sunshine. Net Profit versus Bones Pugs. Who do you have? What's the score?
Oh god. I'm gonna say net profit is gonna be a 5-1.
5-1. Okay, in favor of Net Profit?
Net profit, the Taurus team.
All right, Snazzy, what do you got?
I think it's going to be a little bit tighter, but I do think it's a 5-2, 5-3. I'll say 5-3 to net profit.
5-3 to Net Profit. I mean, I might have a little bit of bias because I'm playing on Net Profit in the Oz Fortress season anyway. I am pretty confident that they will go 4-0. Not quite close it out within the 25 minutes, but yeah. Ben, when?
Yeah, we gotta get our fellas in. Here we go.
Hello.
Mystery
Hello.
card.
Far away. We're far away.
From range, what are your predictions?
Man, your
I'm
name's first on
gonna,
that list.
you three, you've all predicted net profit. I'm gonna go Bones Pugs. I'm gonna go 3-2. I don't know. I've seen a couple of these guys play before in some of the playoff games last season. Did pretty well. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 Bones Pugs.
Fantastic. And when? Who are you backing?
I'm sensing a trend here, and I'm gonna trust the Australians, and we're gonna say that Net Profit are gonna win this 5-0.
5-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn. That's very convincing. We'll put the prediction board down. Yeah, we've got quite a spectrum there of confidence. I mean, we'll totally see. Of course, this can go to a best of 3, and the winner of this best of 3 qualifies for our LAN Downunder.
Thank you very much. Of course, if you guys aren't used to seeing us, normally we're casting across the pond a bit far away. My name is Wandin, coming to you live from Denmark, and it's currently 10 a.m. in the morning. How about you, Ben? How are we feeling?
pretty good. I'm not going to lie and say I've been awake for very long before this because it's 9 over here in the UK, but there's less waiting around now because the mid-fight is about to commence. We've got both teams rolling out. We've got Bone Pugs over there in the red and in the blue. We've got Net Profit ready to fight it out on this first map of Sunshine.
Yep, already going into mid. We can just see sort of very standard Sunshine mid happening. Soldiers are moving across quite early here. This is a Soldier landing in onto the enemy chokers. We do get one down. ZS goes down straight away. That's just a complete collapse there, Ben.
Yeah, two soldiers, Ziaz and Stan both holding very aggressive there over into Valley, but Samson's completely aware of it, able to fade away into enemy Valley and get onto that health pack. And the double bomb completely denied. Really nice mid-win. And now it's a bit of an open situation. Strawberry's behind. Air and Magnus Carlson are both in front. Team is split so far, and that might leave a bit of danger on the second point should Bones Pugs want to push the advantage here.
Just setting up at least for now, right? They got that mid victory, but for what? At this point, right? It's even Uber's roll both sides. They're sending in just one straw bunny there. Picked off behind. With that mid-fight victory not really going in the favor of anyone, we're just kind of seeing this bit of a scary situation, at least for me, right? This is even Ubers. We're on Sunshine as well. Looking so far, Bone Pugs walking in through Valley and trying to break this. So sending in one soldier, but he just gets denied pretty much instantly. Second soldier stack comes in, tries to get in onto the enemy med, just does not quite hit the shot. Turret drops down low. It's just a soldier falling down. Counter bombs do come in. This fight is going to keep happening here, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. The first one tonight completely. There's so many bodies in the way, but actually, turns out Aaron's able to get in and get one little trade there over onto Ziaz, which means 5v5. Things might just wait around for a moment whilst Bones Pugs wait for their second soldier to come back in. But this is the thing with Sunshine, right? It's a hard second point to break into. These soldier bombs, you do have kind of the cover of the pillar above the point to try and land on the medic, but it's so tough, especially when the medic's surrounded by 3 combat classes like this. It's very, very difficult to be on this medic.
So now Bones Pug just kind of setting up around choke, right? We see them sort of sit back for now. I'm just sort of waiting for them. You see the soldier already sitting right there by choke. You know exactly what kind of double bomb he's looking to go for eventually. He's trying to collect a buff for now, but there's pretty decent eyes on him, and he does skip through. Both soldiers just straight in, but one of them shut down immediately, the other one as well, soon to follow. That's a soldier sack. Initiated, but very, very ineffective.
Yeah, both soldiers landing in and 0 damage felt by the medic of Magnus Carlson there over on Net Profit side, and now 2 players up. They're able to pressure their way in onto mid. Are we going to see a trade coming out from Bones, because are they going to try and fight this? Killing to Ziaz is a good start for them. And actually with their spawners coming in, maybe they can hang on to this one, perhaps get some kind of counter-attack going. Both these red soldiers now bombing in, trying to get this force out over into Magnets Carlton, who's been holding well so far, but can't hold on forever, and finally has to use this Uber charge, and the Uber charge gets absolutely nothing, just has to leave. Great force from Bones Pokes, and now they can start looking forward into second.
They lost the soldiers as soon as they went into the mid there. Tries to go forwards, but the stickies do so much work, both of them down to 10 HP, and they just can't really play the game at all. No soldiers bombing in. It means that that allows Bone Pugs just stay in, take the refight. The Ubers pop for nothing. Massive advantage. They're pushing on to second now. One soldier wants to go in, try to get in onto this medic. Gets Samson down quite low, and he does actually manage to get the force here. So now, time ticking down, but it's a kill onto Ziaz. One frag. Gets returned though, Aaron falling as well, and now I don't know if you can realistically push this here. Bonespug lost the advantage you can get. This is just ping-ponging right back in the favor of Net Profit.
Yeah, that kill onto Aaron's actually kind of big. I think if Aaron gets through there without those stickies on the in lobby, I think maybe they can start the pressure cook, because Magnus Carlson has only just about got the Uber charge up for Net Profit, so maybe there was a window where they could have pressured it, maybe gone for a sack, but now it's Net Profit looking to push out. They're the ones with Uber advantage, they're the ones taking lobby, and they're the ones trying to get in onto this concrete area where Bones Bugs, they're playing very passive. They really can't afford to lose too many players here. And with Uber charge still a bit of time away from Samson, it could get awkward. Never mind, the bomb comes in.
Yeah, that bomb is absolutely massive there from Aaron, getting the kill onto Turris before the Uber even comes out, and they've stalled for long enough. Samson almost has the Uber charge of his own, and they're just going to be able to push right back in. So the counter Uber is popped, 2 frags coming in, no Demo Man up for Net Profit, means that they're going to have to back off, trying to hold on at least for now. Demo Man comes up. Will they be able to stave off this last aggression? Because Bones Pug are looking to send this right in. Prove me wrong already.
Absolutely,
as the soldiers just bombing forwards, there's air falling as well here, Ben.
Yeah, all of these left-hand side, they're trying to collapse into point. Look at the cap time, and the cap time comes good. They've got themselves first round on the board, and again, just spiraling off of that one force play on the second point. The soldiers doing great work once again for Bones Pugs there, getting a kill on Turris and a force out. Yeah, it's so hard to recover that. It's the danger of pushing out, right? These things happen in your own second, and disasters can spiral away.
It's just, there's no stickies on the point at all, right? No real sort of any kind of point contestant there for Net Profit. Back onto middle this time around. To sort of mirror the last mid setup, at least both sides sort of starting out the same places they did earlier, but this time around it's Bone Pugs playing a bit more to the enemy valley, just kind of rotating around for now, but this is an early soldier bomb coming in, lots of damage onto Samson, does manage to live, and it is one kill onto Zias here, but now the kills are coming forth, and it is all Bone Pugs favored, at least so far. Binding 3, only Jane Doe going down, and that is completely fine. No Demo Man. Should not be the end of the world. It's just one scout in behind here. Straw Bunny unable to find their way forward, and they're just going to be sit back in Valley for now. This is, it's not big ad, but now Straw Bunny is, what do you do here?
This is a similar situation to what we saw in the previous mid, and last time it base was left them 5v6 on second. Let's be real, like I think they actually got picked off before they could even get back in and have any kind of impact, but it seems this time Net Profit there decided to pressure towards choke. They're really trying to get this scout to come back in and maybe get some impact, but it's very, very tough. Like if the Bones Pugs team decides to just walk forward and take the 6v5, maybe they're in a pretty good advantageous situation, but I guess for now, sort of, it's split attention. Straw Bunny behind enemy Cafe, and the rest of this combo over on Net Profit. Just poking around Choke, poking around Cafe, maybe trying to find a window to get their flank scout back.
We're just kind of chilling for now. The flank scout is activating. Aaron actually falls. Trading 1-for-1 is pretty much, I feel like at that point for Straw Bunny, about as well as they could possibly manage. As how Sticky's coming across here as the aggression comes out for Net Profit. They want to do something off of this singular soldier pick, but it is so much damage dealt. However, Aaron falls, and this is pretty scary now for the side of Bones Pug, because they have no real position on mid whatsoever. Look at their health. Samson dropping down super, super low as well, but it's not too many players up for Net Profit either. This is a very sketchy situation for both sides. Looking to trade across, but it's soldiers bombing in here from Valley as well. Aaron goes down, not finding anything. We're just kind of backing onto another mid fight here, Ben. This is really weird to watch.
It's a mid-fight though where the Bonesbug medic Samson's on 40 HP and does feel the pressure, has to use out this overcharge on the pocket scout. There's a single scout trade from either side, Ed getting the flash over from Net Profit, but Net Profit, they're going to cap the midpoint and they're going to be the victors overall. But with overcharge used at about the same time, where even Ubers and Bonesbug's even getting a forward spawn on their final soldier, they're able to just settle this down, and I think we might see things slow down just for a moment now as these builds come through. It's maybe on Net Profit to perhaps look for some soldier pressure. We can already see them grouping up in Valley. Ziaz perhaps contending with the idea of jumping over this wall into his medic.
So yeah, just kind of bombing through, but that turret is falling through a really nice pipe there from Jane Doe. The counter stacks are coming in, but they are not finding much at all. Samson is so low. Doesn't pop.
Yeah, really great coordinated sack there, but they were just 16 damage short. It was a great attempt. Demo, so both soldiers all flying in, trying to do what they could, but these two soldiers now don't think they're getting denied forward spawns, which is potentially good for the defense. But midpoint flips over, you've got no explosives, there is absolutely no way you're holding onto anything or even getting a frag there on mid. And Net Profit know that they're back over onto their own second as they can turn. And we're in a bit of a familiar situation here.
Yeah, once again, even Ubers for both sides, right? You can just kind of sit back, wait. I feel like we kind of know what's happening already. Soldiers sitting around Choke, waiting to take a buff. We saw Aaron last time. Let's try to double sack in through Choke. There's another one, actually. It's Ants sitting around in Cafe as well, perhaps waiting for some kind of over-aggression. I believe they are hiding, but there we go. It's Aaron in with the single double bomb coming through. Does not find anything. The other soldier cleaned up as well. This is a double soldier stack once again for Bones Pugs. Not really finding much. Counter-aggression from Net Profit coming in through Valley. They're looking to start this off. They haven't popped anything yet. They have a two-soldier advantage here. High ground in their favor.
This is absolute deja vu because Samson's taking a lot of damage again. He's going to be getting forced out on 5 HP over on the red medic as now Space top page trying to run in, trying to get whatever frags they can, whatever flashes they can, egg and walking forward with this blue Uber, and with Uber's traded out, there is a back cap attempt, but I think that might be a little bit ambitious. It looks like they're going to be getting at least blocked, or maybe even just straight up out-capped on mid. Yes, the flank goes back, Strawberry and Stam go back and get that cleared.
Really nice play there from Space, to be honest. I like the heads-up aggression, but we're just coming right back off into mid. Two players go behind it. That means the Bones Pugs, they fancy themselves a bit of a fight on mid, and the rocket from Aaron at the end, getting that kill. It's the enemy medic.
That's crazy. Bombs in like that, literally 1v6, and it's such a beautiful direct there over onto the blue medic. And honestly, that fight was a complete disaster from Bones Pugs apart from that one final rocket. But it's the one you want to find over onto the Net Profit medic, and now it does mean it's Uber advantage for Bones Pugs. We've seen before on the opposite side of things how dangerous it can be trying to push out of last one to second, even with an Uber ad. And Net Profit, they're sort of sticking around. They want to maybe make this messy. They want to at least try and force out this Uber, but Tourist caught out completely off guard.
This is a really nice start for that push, right? Getting a demo kill before you even go in, it can't be so scary. Strawberry does try to go in, but Space gets the better of them on last, and that means that now they did have to pop the Uber, though. I didn't see that at all, Ben. I'm not gonna lie. This is a big ad.
I don't know. I saw it happen. I saw it happen, but I don't know necessarily why they used it. I saw Samson took about 50 damage on the point, but they'd already killed the demo, and I couldn't see anyone else. I assume it was for good reason, but I can't explain exactly why Bones Pugs used their Uber there, because otherwise it would have been out of 50 ad walking in onto mid, but now it's 50 ad the other way because Net Profit, knowing they have an Uber in hand and knowing that Bones Pugs are going to wait a few more seconds for theirs, they're able to take the space, take the point, and actually start walking forward a bit as well. Samson's still 35% away from Uber, 2-3 frags falling in favour of the blue team, and second point is going to flip completely.
And this is Net Profit, big advantage here. There is a slight angle, right? I think they're counting their Ubers a bit better. They would have kind of just been able to send someone in all the way forward to Samson now, 100%, and they do lose a bit of their Uber advantage, but there is player in behind, I'm pretty sure, at least for a little while, but I think they just backspawned Bones Pugs around here. There's only about 13 minutes left. We've played about half of the regulation time so far. But now we're on last here, Ben. This is even Ubers, and Breaking Sunshine last. This is, at least over in Europe, this is notoriously difficult.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what sort of setup they go for, because it's one of those where it's not like I don't know, a snake water where everyone runs exactly the same setup, where all of the 6 players all stand in the same spot every single time. Sunshine, there's like a little bit more of an option in terms of where you put your players, but actually they're not going to have time at all to put their players where they want, because the double soldier sack comes in instantly and kills the scout and engineer, which is maybe going to open up some room. There is no gun, there's no threat of a sniper, I guess, but with all these spam classes still alive for Bones Bugs, it's going to be very, very difficult to squeeze through one of the 3 narrow choke points that you have to make it in from. And yeah, they're just going to chill it out at net profit. They're going to wait for their other soldiers to come back in and have round number 2.
It's a bit scary there, losing your engineer, at least for a second. Does kind of open the opportunity, I feel like, once again, for a sack coming in so much harder when you have to face that engineer, right? But now Spy's up in spawn, just making sure that there's no funny business going on the side of net profit. They are all vanilla though, so at least for now they're just kind of sitting back in lobby looking for some kind of other angle. But this is now, they've allowed Bones Pugs, I think, to stabilize it a little bit, and that means that there's a sentry gun level 3 up on that point. You can see them try to deal with this, but it just does so much work. Denies 3, and yes, they get the sentry gun kill, but a 3-man for a gun is not what you want.
Yeah, POV you bomb into a sentry gun, everyone just getting pinned into the ceiling. It was, yeah, rather unfortunate there for net profit. It might be unfortunate as well for the rest of this combo, because they're getting forced out over towards Cafe, and Samson is going to have a much better Uber here with Whipcash now as they try and pressure forward, try and get hold of the second point, try and deny these players coming back in from the Cafe. That's going to be Aaron's job for now, who is actually taken down by a nice rocket there from Ziaz. As it's a bit of a trade, at least it's getting slightly messy. Bones Bugs losing both their soldiers, and now they're trying to scramble to get out. They might be losing a scout too on the point, who does fall. And they've suddenly lost 3 players here.
This is such a weird Uber to take. Samson doing his best to milk it, but if you milk it for too long, what ends up happening is they just had no position in this post-super fight. People didn't have the HP to stay in. Just one scout left alone with him there on second, and that let net profit come right back in. No one really could contest them whatsoever. They find a couple frags. Uber is pretty advantageous, but Air is up on the sniper, and I think that's going to put a bit of a stunt on a push that they would otherwise be looking to commit quite fast. They just kind of let this ride out, I think, with this sniper, right?
Yeah, the Ubers were pretty close, and yeah, there was a couple of picks, but that window to use those picks is long gone at this point. The gun's already level 2, although it's maybe not in the ideal position, like, for blocking these choke points. With a sniper, like, the gun's kind of less of an issue. It's all eyes on Air for now, peeking in from the top right, trying to find an angle, trying to find a pick, anything, a demo, a scout, even maybe a fallen hope of getting a medic. But it's all eyes on Air, see what they can do.
Peeking in from lower, but just gonna get spammed right out. Have to reposition here. This is one of those things. Just finds a shot though onto Aaron. Decent opening kill, right? But it's still onto a soldier. It's a lot less spam, and that means the rest of their team can regress forwards here on through right side. As Aaron now peeking from top. Sentry gun is down, and this is a last hold that might be just looking on the verge of collapse. Other soldier, and so low, and this is a lone demo man on the point. A bit scary as the Uber now comes in and falls as well. Lots of damage being dealt here. Coming in for net profit. They do get decent position here, but they do not get the force until the very end. This is one scout. Straw Bunny pays with their life. Net profit. Just go in. They don't find anything.
They can try, but it's the Arab player down with a bomb and actually get the first kill onto one of the soldiers, and actually send their soldier in of their own, trying to salvage and anyone get a rocket onto Samson, who actually escapes with 23 HP.
Oh my god.
Once again, just about making it out alive, but Essence might not be so lucky. A big surf through the choke, still getting chased down by Ants. Ants versus Essence. Ants wins it out. One nice surf, but you've got to do a lot more than that, I guess. It's an impossible situation that Essence has found himself in.
This Samson guy is playing on a knife's edge the whole time around. Speaking of knife's edge, Snow Bunny on a bit of a spy here. Gonna have to see if we can initiate the play fast enough, because the rest of Bones Bugs are looking to just push in through Valley here. So now Straw Bunny is gonna have to see whether or not they can actually catch up to the enemy team, as they are just capping mid for now, but there's spam coming out already. I'm pretty sure they've been discovered. So soldier spam from Choke is going to do a little bit, but at least for now, all bets are hedged on this spy play, because that is a very, very big advantage here for Samson coming in on through Valley.
Yeah, double soldier stack coming in, trying to get this force out onto Samson, who actually drops a couple of players, finally uses. But look at the health that has been dropped by that double soldier. When the spy is in as well, the revolver actually comes out and gets one frag onto a soldier. And now it all comes good. Great double soldier coordination there from Net Profit. That was like about 800 damage or something combined across everyone. It was outrageous.
They commit so much for that spy play, and in the end, it's a demo. Jane Doe just goes a little bit far forwards, and now, no, Demo Man up means that yes, you're down a spy, but okay. Like, surely we can try and maybe make some kind of attempt here in onto mid if you are Net Profit. You see Bones Pugs playing a bit passively as well. One soldier in up above Cafe, and there's another one on Bell Tower. Is going to have to do a lot of work, spamming in forwards. Instead, sacking in, trying to get in onto the medic. A lot of damage dealt. No one found except for Ant there. Does go down, and this is one man up. This is an advantage here for Net Profit. They're counting this properly. They can keep recommitting here.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're trying to pressure their way in through the Cafe. Already got a lot of damage over onto the Demo, who's had to fall all the way back. Now they might be taking this for free by the look at the position. There's a couple of players caught in. Maybe Bones to try and walk out through Judge, and maybe they try and contest this. And it looks like they're doing it. There's actually a big push going in from the Scout, who is taken down 1-for-1, and this is getting a bit weird now. This is getting a bit messy. Bones staying in for quite a long time. Ubercharger's ready. It's about who's going to pop first or who's going to drop too many players. 1-for-1 trades happening absolutely everywhere until Samson finally has to use the Uber.
Samson has the pop, but it's quite late as well. They have no positioning on second at all. This is now Net Profit, massive advantage here, right? One scout dead and having a bit of time as well to come back in, regroup with the rest of the team before Samson has an Uber of their own. One engineer is up, and they're going to have a bit of time, I think at least until the scout spawner arrives, to set up some kind of a defense here, but no pyro. I'm surprised. Sniper up already instead. Usually we see a bit of a pyro there, but look at them. They're already getting ready. This is a massive ad here, Ben. They're looking to take this to 1-1.
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity. The best opportunity we've seen so far from Net Profit as they use the Uber in from the top right. Sniper gets the early force, and Gun taken down. Now it's all eyes turns to the point, all eyes turns to heavy. There's actually nothing really on the point at all this whole time as 3 players falling on Bones, but they're just going for the frags instead, and it can work if you are able to get all of the kills, and yes, they get pretty much everyone. There we go. 1 player falls the Demo, but that is absolutely it. Net Profit back in the game at 1-1.
Really nice push there from Net Profit, coming back up and tying this map up 1-1 there. They capitalize off of the Uber aggression so nicely. Nice little shot from Stam as well to finish off that push. Decent little air rocket there, and now it's only 5 minutes left in regulation here. Both teams 1-1. We're playing the Banny config, and that means that we will not go once this timer run out until someone gets around. You, if you are Net Profit or Bone Pugs, you would much rather prefer just getting another round in regulation. A bit more of a buffer before you lose. We're back in onto mid here. Stam the aggression onto enemy choke.
Look at the damage that the Essence has taken already, down to about 20 health, having to run all the way back into Cafe, and that could cause some problems for the rest of the team, as never mind, actually, it's Net Profit collapsing in onto Samson, who's not had the good fortunes that they had in the previous 2 mids we saw before. They were able to deny these soldier aggression so well, but this time the bonus medic falls, and despite a great bit of early spam over towards Essence, Essence somehow lives to tell the tale and lives on with a big Uber advantage. Second point capped open. We are where we were literally a minute ago, because now Net Profit, they're going to have attempt number 2 at getting into last with a full Uber ad.
All eyes on this engineer, needs to get up that gun as quickly as possible, needs some kind of effectivity. But normally, I feel like at least, right, this is Ants going down as the Uber actually comes in. I want to talk about last setups. I don't have time. Senjugan taken down by Taurus as well. Now big spam comes across, point locked down by this demo man as Stam with the bomb coming forwards. Loads of damage. They just clean up house. Really big capitalization off of that Uber advantage, and they take themselves now 2-1 lead here.
How quickly a game can just spin completely on its head. Literally 3 minutes ago, we were thinking, oh, Bones Pugs, they were cruising, it was 1-0, it was like the game was in the balance as such, and now, like, Net Profit, they seem to be running away with it. That mid-fight was absolutely fantastic, and now they've managed to convert 2 Uber ad last pushes back-to-back. 3 minutes of regulation left. Maybe not too much of a rush in terms of that for Bones Pugs to get around back, but this game is spiraling quickly out of their control. They need a good mid-fight here.
need to win this mid fight. As we do go in, decent damage dealt for both sides early on, but this is a soldier dropping down so low here, coming across the red health bars aren't really there, but neither is Net Profit. Everyone down to 1 HP. I feel like this is just waiting for a scout frag video to happen as both sides combine. It's players falling across sides, no one really finding an advantage. Instead, the soldier bomb comes in, doesn't find much. His Ants has to fall down. It's just Samson with the Ubercharge coming in, counter pop by Essence as well. Onto the point we go. The scout's just trying to come through. No real kills being found. It's just Jane Doe falling 3 up for the side of Bones Pug. They do not have anyone in on mid. They don't really have anyone on second either. Net Profit, they take a weird little mid fight. Ends up being super extended.
Yeah, Wizcash has to just use have the Uber there literally just to get the medic out. Like Samson was in such dire trouble, they at least get the trade. So Essence, it does have to use their own Uber, but now, like, again, we're back to an even Uber's last position. Last time it was some great sniper work coming in, but this time it might be the soldier because they're bombing in instantly with Stab. Yeah, that's the Sentry Gun doing its job once more.
It's a counter kill there from Torrance onto Ants, getting a bit aggressive, but getting taken down already means it's a soldier 1-for-1. Ubers are completely even, right? And that gives the Sentry Gun plenty of time. He's already found 1 frag. Makes the sack in with the soldiers so much harder. Seems to be the preferred play for both these teams. Try and break the stalemates. Not very effective against the Sentry Gun. But here's the thing, right, Ben? At least in my mind, when I watch European good old God-fearing TF2, we have a Pyro guarding the Sentry Gun as well, right? Makes it so much harder to take this gun down. But ZS already falls there in onto that sack, trying to come forward on the right side. Ants once again aggressing, looking to do a lot of damage, but he just falls as well. But yeah, Ben, dude, where's my Pyro, yeah?
Yeah, the Pyro can do a lot of the work, especially you can just like almost completely lock out this top left side, and you see that's maybe a regrettable decision now because Stammer's able to get all the way in and put the gun on point. Is it going to do enough once more? And I'm wondering, right, is that something I looked at? Is the Frontier Justice allowed? Because this is 2 kills already for this this guns. That's 4 crits. If anyone wants to unleash hell, if Space fancies a go, we could perhaps see some funny business.
We got the B stream up as well. If you're a bit bored of this stalemate, we have another even Uber last stalemate on Snakewater up on the B stream here. Deoxy's currently 1 round up in their upper bracket final, or semi-final, I think, match. As Spy now coming up for Stam. Looking hopefully to get some kind of stab, but that's not that much time left on this this map timer, right? Or round timer rather. There's 18 seconds left of regulations. That's going to fade. Net Profit will need another round to convert. Bones Pug will need 2. It all starts with this Spy play, initiating in through lower here.
Yeah, see who's able to falling into position. Actually goes to the Sap and Sack as he has to bomb all the way in and gets a force. Absolutely perfect execution of the Sap and Sack there. Gun taken down, soldier flies in, and a very quick force there over onto that red medic. So now this is a great chance. We've seen Net Profit convert 2 for 2 so far on these, and if they make it 3 for 3, they're going to convert the game completely. And some aggression coming in, trying to get this force out early over onto Essence, and they go 1 for 1, which might slow things down slightly, but like these players, they have to start retreating out.
Ooh.
2 for 2 make it actually. Maybe this is getting a little bit awkward now. Samson's going to be getting a lot of Uber by the time this push comes in.
Yeah, this is they're taking the sweet time as Ants with really nice rockets there on it to Snow Bunny as well. Slowing everything down just a little bit here. So yeah, as you're saying, right, Samson already 80%, and if they want to send this in with an Uber advantage, kind of have to just go right now. It's just kind of sitting up and waiting, and this is now Samson. They have the Uber.
Oh, they don't think though, because they don't realise that this Uber's been built up already. Yes, the gun's taken out, the Uber charge is used, but this is a very sore sight to see you using, thinking it's hard, and the enemy Uber comes out and is ready for the big collapse. Jando doing a lot of damage on the low ground. Tourist falls. There's some low HP players on Net Profit, but the frags somehow going the way of the blue. The heavy on point is cleaned up, and this might be a round regardless.
They're just winning the fight somehow anyway. That's such a messy last push. I feel like missing your count. But there we go. The regulation timer ran out. Map timer's over, and that means a Net Profit. You're walking away here. Map number 1, I'm pretty sure. 3-1.
Yeah, what a performance. And yeah, like I say, what a collapse in.
I was surprised that worked, to be honest. That's one of those fights where you look where you're like, it's just taking too long to figure out in comms what you actually want to do in that fight, and then by the time you're actually pushing in, the enemy team has ad, but they just win in the post super, right? They manage to find those early frags. They have the decent positioning, and they just come out, hit more shots, and there we go. So you have some logs coming up here, Ben.
Logs on the screen. Yeah, they said before in the pre-game analysis, the scouts on Net Profit were the ones to watch out for. They both had pretty good games there, I've got to say. And look at the logs. Is obviously scout logs, tourists topping the charts. But it's a weird one, right? Because like this game was like so close for like the first 20 minutes, and then it just literally like the last few minutes just spiraled out of control for Bones Pugs. But it looks kind of showing that they're pretty balanced on the whole, apart from tourists is a bit higher than everyone else.
I think, for me at least, right? I think you're right on the analysis that, like, for the first 20 minutes, whatever, it felt like a very, very even game, and then kind of towards the end, it just kind of fell apart a little bit for Bones Pugs. They were in the driver's seat for a good while as well. It took Net Profit a decent amount of time to actually come into this, but one thing that I am surprised by is sort of, for how aggressive and back and forth that game was, these damage numbers aren't that high, to be completely honest.
Yeah, look at the medic deaths as well. Like, the medics were doing a great job of staying alive, or at least forcing to try and just get out, and yeah, they had pretty good success with that, but yeah, it's a really odd game.
A very, very close game for a long time on map number 1 there, Ben. And then sort of towards the end for Net Profit, it kind of just, everything kind of clicked. And they ended up taking that 3-1. How are we feeling about this map number 2 now?
Yeah, map 2 is already underway, so we are going to be getting rolling. And yeah, like we said, Net Profit got going later in that first map. They got themselves a 3-1 victory, and another victory in similar style would be enough to secure themselves a spot at LAN Downunder, 1 map away from that LAN ticket. But Gullywash stands in the way, as does a Bones Pug team that looked very, very good for the first half of that last map. As mid-fight number 1 already underway, we've got Ziaz bombing in, doing a whole host of damage over towards this combo, but it's 3v3. It's getting a little bit awkward towards the end. It's all down to DM, all down to the focus fire. And look at the HP bars over on Bones Pugs. They're somehow staying in this. I don't know how.
Essence is doing such a big amount of heavy lifting there with the bows coming forwards. They're getting that 1 kill and the follow-up heals as well, keeping their team in on that mid. Net Profit now taking the advantage here. Air looking to try and keep this rolling a little bit. Now Bones Pugs really able to hold on to middle whatsoever. They're going to get this cap. It's even Uber's still have a bit of time now. It's just air backing off, so no one is going to be scared of setting up on second. I think Bone Pugs will be there in time, but now even Ubers, but Corey just ends up falling there on the flank.
Yeah, that was a bit of a feed there, I think, trying to hide in the spot above Big Door and just caught out instantly. But regardless of that, they're actually finding 1 frag here by Bob Page over towards the point. Going to try and salvage something here. It's really awkward though. Only 3 players. Look at the damage that Samson's taking, and look at the Uber charge having to come out. But yeah, Squonk Tourists, they're so far out. They don't want anything to do with this Uber. They just want to take the full ad, and they want to get themselves set up and ready to get into last.
Yeah, Strawberry now just pouncing on it immediately. They have a massive advantage here to work with, trying to come into last. It's Space setting up that sentry gun in a bit of an awkward position here. It's going to take a while for Net Profit to really find that at all when they push in. Setting up already. You can see them just kind of scouting out lobby for now. Big advantage. But it is only 40-50% here. And there is a world now where Bones Pugs, they can do their best to delay. We saw Net Profit, not the fastest in the world on map number 1, counting off these Uber advantages. Now Samson, 70% here, but the Uber should just be coming straight in. On it to last. It's essentially going to take him down, but this is Ant holding it behind already. So we do just see the players trading in on that lower here. Do come across, but Net Profit not really finding many frags. As Bone Pugs, at least for now, trading quite well. Harris is going to go for the classic, the patented Demo Man in through water play, but he is not going to find the stickies. I say it's 1 kill onto Space. Now Run Thumper, it's just going to come in Ants in their prime.
Yeah, really good attempt there from Turris. Gets 1 frag, but gets the frag, but it just takes a little bit too long to get that frag. And that just means that the rest of the players are able to get in, and the soldier goes underneath and is able to equalise that situation. But on, what's this, 35 ad and a demo pick, it seems like Bones Pugs, they're convinced that this is enough to go in with, and they're actually getting forced out on the way through. Are they going to get second here even? Squonk very, very close to their own Uber charge, and with Strawberry on Sniper, maybe it's a little bit awkward. And yeah, second point isn't even capped, so despite the Uber charge usage, despite the frags going the way of Bones Pugs, they just decide we have to back up here, we can't risk staying.
Very, very scary, to be honest. They're down massive advantage, right? You don't really want to take that fight. But with the sniper up on Straw Bunny, it gets a bit more difficult, right, for Net Profit to actually push in. I feel like, at least when you're a European like me, right? For me, Australia's a land where, like, randomly the best sniper in the world plays the game. And so I'm kind of looking for that, but unfortunately, just Straw Bunny shut down there. Does not find any kind of a pick. Now you're pushing. Uber coming forward here, but this is a 5v6.
The Uber charge is ready as well for Samson. They can block in and use this Uber onto the point. Again, it's taken slightly too long for Net Profit to get themselves in. The Uber flashed up, but look at the damage dealt over to the remaining players here on Bones Pugs. Not going to matter though. Only the medic surviving. Strawberry sprinting out of spawn to try and meet up with that medic and escort them out to safety. But Bones Pugs live to fight on another day, and dare I say it, it's just because these ads aren't being pushed in quick enough, because that was definitely enough ad to push off, but it just took 5 seconds too long.
This took a bit too much time. I think this is, at least for me, a bit of a trend here for Net Profit. Not quite able to set their plans in motion quite fast enough for them to be effective now. There's a soldier in behind, just straight in onto Samson there, who just ends up having to go down. No Uber comes out at all for Bone Pugs, and this push is a disaster. Cleanup coming through, just Jane Doe alive, but so far back means the team of Ants in their prime are going to be taken down. No one else really on second, and this is just Jane Doe at the very end taken down by Straw Bunny. Now, late demo kill, and surely, Ben, we've been in this straight in until
this
last.
has to be around. This actually has to be around. Like, I'm fuming if this isn't around. There's 97% Uber on Squonk. There's demo isn't even spawned in yet. The gun's level 1. Uber charge in already. And yeah, it's looking like they're getting capped time on point. Everyone locked out into this right spawn. One soldier is all they have out, trying to block onto this point. Ziaz walks in and gets that last lick of cap time onto the point.
Net Profit needed 3 Uber advantages there before they finally managed to capitalize, take it all the way to the end. Getting it done, at least a little bit. Right now, Bones Pugs, they looked at least like they had some kind of a fight, right? But that, I feel like that could have been like, it feels like we watched them lose 3 rounds, even though they just lost 1. Back onto the middle. This time around, it's Samson dropping so low to the early spam from Net Profit. Already at the start of this mid, no HP, means that they have to play so passive. Aaron already falls. The bomb's coming forward to kill into the demo as well, and this is just the rest of Bone Pug 3 up, and they cannot capitalize on this mid whatsoever. Have to back off.
Very similar story to the last time around, but this time it's even worse because they can't really get a setup here on the second point. We've got Ants trying to get in, trying to get something, but actually just becomes another death. As second point now will 100% be falling the way of Net Profit, and this has been a complete turnaround from game 1. It's been absolute dominance from Net Profit, and once again they're trying to pressure last already. They've got Evil Goon going for a bit of a play underneath, trying to get onto point and getting a lot of cap time actually. Look at the cap time coming in from the soldier, who then bombs it onto the medic and almost gets a second one.
That is really nice from T3 there, coming in. I guess, actually, can we just make a deal, Ben? Can we just call him Evil Goon? I think it's 4 times as funny
I'm
calling
100%
him
calling
Goon.
Evil Goon. I'm all for it.
Deal.
Let's do it.
Yep, deal. This guy is officially now known as Evil Goon. And so he's subbing in for Stamp, playing first map, but that is Ants. Really nice rockets there and lower. Getting that kill onto Straw Bunny. Decent aggressive coming in, but we're just trading kills, and that means that at least for now, Bone Pugs have managed to wiggle their way back onto second, recap it, but look at the Evil Goon. He's gonna bomb straight onto Choke. He's not spotted at all, but he finds the rockets there. Clean onto Samson.
Oh, the evil schemes of the Evil Goon there. Once again, getting the kill onto Samson for the second time this map, but Squonk might not be too fortunate there. Has to use the Uber, else die of fall damage, with some nice rockets coming in there from Aaron. The backcap coming through as well. We are in utter carnage mode at the moment. We've got backcaps, we've got both medics taking obscene amounts of damage, the force coming into fall damage. Like, what is even going on here? I guess Net Profit are going to cap up mid. There's people in forward spawn. I'll leave this one to you, Juan.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben, I am stun-locked by the fact that I just realized that I'm casting a team with Evil Goon and Squonk on it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's crazy.
You love it.
That's crazy. I mean, it's even Ubers, right? There's no Ubers up, and this is a gun from space that is just being built at the moment. That's a bit of an opportunity to go in for some kind of a sack before the defense gets too bad. Or too set up, but instead we're just going to sit back, Evil Goon spamming in through top. So no kills are really being found. Uber's coming up for both sides, and Net Profit comfortably 1-0 lead. Looking to extend perhaps, but they need some kind of a sack to go in here.
Yeah, the gun's not like all the way forward now, so there is still time to get the spam going and try and get some sack. And gun actually taken down is going to perhaps open up some doorways, but losing their scout in Straw Bunny is not really going to help things out, as yeah, this gun's going to have another go getting back up again. One scout down means it's harder to get in, but last time we saw Straw Bunny go up and sniper, so maybe that's going to be the play. And it is. Straw Bunny up again. See if they actually get a time to fire a shot this time, because last time I think everyone died before they even made it into lobby.
Just gonna walk into lobby, I think, just sniping from lower, looking, find some kind of an angle, but this is soldier aggression on balcony as well. Now just peeking in through lower here, finds a scout. Early punish there onto Bob Page. Needs to there's a flipping a page in a book joke there, and I failed it miserably. Now instead Gun is just gonna get spammed. We didn't find the engineer kill, and that means still lots of spam coming here in onto River,
Captain,
going for the Thalash angle. Oh my god.
Air stuck underneath completely and got a load of cap time. Everyone just ran away. Everyone had to fear, and Air just notices the gap and caps the point to 3/4 of the way through. And yes, it's 1-for-1 on the frags, but this gets so damn terrifying now for Bones Pugs when they're trying to hang on here. Any cap time can be deadly.
It's Strawberry falling now as well. Unfortunately, Sniper's still not effective. Turret quite low. Everyone kind of trapped here in towards water. Really falling down quite low there for net profit. But crucially for them, they didn't have to pop that Uber. It's still completely fine for the Bone Pugs. Not looking to commit any more aggressively. 2 minutes still left of a round timer before we reset. Go back to mid. Straw Bunny now, instead of the Sniper, going for a bit of a Putis angle. This now, finally, I feel at home.
I don't think I've ever seen this on Gullywash. I've seen it on other maps. I guess is the plan we're going to wheel them out from like Launchpad at the end?
Or just in through River, to be honest. I think through River something could be fine, but now the soldier's in. Well, it's heavy. Honestly, like, here's the thing. We know that the heavy is up, but I feel like the counterplay is a little less obvious than, like, finding a spy or a sniper or something, right? You see the spam already coming in on the sentry gun. It's pressured down there by Turris, and now this heavy is up. Space forced to swap back onto Scout, and this is an Uber Force coming in right now as Net Profit already popped in. Didn't do that much damage. Straw Bunny just sitting on balcony. Doesn't do anything. We're kind of chilling. We're back.
Yeah, the telegraphed heavy play, like you say, it's not got great counterplay in terms of like what are you going to cook up on the fly that's going to decide a heavy coming in from Launchpad, but I guess the better way to do it is just have a better Uber trade and get a kill during the Uber trade, and then also with not many players low afterwards, you know, Strawberry's not got anyone really to kill. Like the minigun doesn't do a great deal of damage from Launchpad at that distance, but the minigun going into water could make a bit more of a difference, doing a lot of damage over towards the point. Everyone piling in, getting so much damage. Look at the collapse coming in now from Net Profit. They're just going to clean it up completely. And never mind, I would say, you know, get the heavy on high ground, deny like the space and such. Now just send it in water and just kill everything. That works.
Yeah, finally, so much damage that dealt already. No Uber for Bone Pugs means that you just can't really contest the heavy that much, right? The health bar is just not there. No heals on the soldiers means that heavy finds so many kills on that point for absolutely free. Now Net Profit. Blanket 2 rounds up here. Bone Pugs. This time around, for as close as Sunshine was, they really do not seem to be in this map the same way. They need a bit of a mid-fight victory here, but their health bars are already quite low for the entirety of this red team.
Yeah, and they're getting collapsed on once again. Samson in a bit of trouble. Actually survives the bombs from Ziaz, and Evil Goon getting cleaned it behind an elbow means now this is the best chance we've seen so far for Bones Pugs. They've got a mid-win, and Air and Squonk are going to have to run all the way back out onto their own last. So second point will fall too. And now, like, I said, in a game like this, they've been under the cosh for, what, like 12.5 minutes now? Like, straight. Like, genuinely, like, they haven't even held a midpoint for more than a couple of seconds, I don't think, in that whole time. Now they've got a chance where they've capped second. It's even Ubers, of course. They've really got to make the best of this.
It starts, at least for now, even Ubers right. They're getting into lobby. And I wonder just how are you going to break this stalemate? Sentry gun already built for the side of Net Profit, and this sentry gun can be so hard to break. But once again, here's the thing. In Europe, you build that gun, you put a pyro right in front of it, and you cannot shoot projectiles at it. But that does not appear to be happening here. Instead, it's a scout running in through water here. Perhaps just a bit of a sack coming in from space, but that is 3 players falling in as they try to go forwards, find some kind of a force. Instead, they just all go down. Turris for 2. And this is Samson backing all the way onto mid.
Yeah, a 4-man sack where the sum total of kills you get is the dispenser. I'm not sure that's exactly going to work. As they have to back all the way out, and I said it's the best opportunity they've had, and they've let it go awry, and now it could go even worse because we can see Net Profit already wanting to try and push their tiny advantage in onto the middle point. They're trying to burst their way through into Big Door. 1-for-1 trade with the soldiers, but Space getting caught out on choke means now the midpoint will almost certainly flip the way of the blue, and this is a very, very, very unfortunate situation for Bullsbugs. Their one chance, and it has gone completely the other way.
Yeah, they tried to sack in, they just didn't find anything, and that means that now we're on to their own second. This is a soldier up on top. Aaron just not quite finding the rockets that onto Zeus, who just comes in, gets that cleanup. Now no soldier means that Zeus has uncontested control of the high ground, and this is so scary for Benpl. Look at the health bars, unable to go forwards. This is just Zeus collapsing on his own. Rockets coming through, so much damage dealt, and it's 4 HP. Does get the pack, but just needs to back off. No Uber needed. Net Profit just get in for absolutely free there.
Yeah, catching all those players, it just didn't feel like Bullsbugs ever really got organised. There was players all over the place getting picked off, and like you say, Zia's doing an absolutely fantastic bit of work now, and the rewards they get is this big pushing Evil Goon with an air shot onto Jendo, and look at the health bars over on Bullsbugs. They are all so damn weak. Strawberry onto the point, gets one, gets two on the point. Oh dear me, this is getting tense, this defense, but they are getting just enough frags up on Pugs to stay alive. I thought Strawberry was going to go on a bit of a tear there, got two, but the other two players were just a bit too much of an ask there, but still a great attempt.
Somehow, some way, neither team popped Uber there, Ben.
Yeah, I have no idea how.
We sacked in, killed
everyone just died.
Yeah, everyone died. Neither medic popped. We're completely fine. So now Bob Page go for a bit of an aggressive pushing to last kind of defensive spy play. It's just going to take a bit of time to set up, but I think at least from what we've seen from Net Profit so far,
oh, this works.
The fastest to
100% this has
the push is to snow up on the heavy, and we're just going to get that stab onto the heavy. It's not what you want. And Turris does just find that pipe.
Yeah, and there's that many backs turns, you know they're definitely going to get someone. It's just a case of who, and the heavy, like, I guess going 1-for-1 is not the worst in the world, right? Like, at least you're getting someone, but like a demo or a medic kill is what you're really looking for there, or some kind of crazy like frag movie chain stab, but not going to be, as now 5v5 spawners just coming back in, and once again we see Strawberry coming up on the heavy. If it's worked once, why not try it a second time? As they're trying to work their way in, trying to work their way through, and 2-for-1 is going to slow things down slightly here as Strawberry shows himself in lower. As Net Profit going to try and regroup themselves, losing their heavy too. This is just an absolute brawl. What is even going on here?
Everyone just throwing themselves forward, taking the 5-man sack to extremes. Turris is hitting some really nice pipes though, Ben. But yeah, my god, like this is such a chaotic sort of last hold situation, and Net Profit, they don't really have the players. They're just going to keep sending it in. Goon already in river. Look at this. Spots a bit of an opening, perhaps looking to maybe go in, but just opts to choose the spam angle instead. Zia spawning back up now as well. I think maybe, at least for now, we're stabilizing until Straw Bunny comes up and maybe connects with this spy play.
Oh, nearly getting bumped. There's a couple of players jumping around, right? Surely fortunate.
The Pyro's out.
Definitely got bumped there.
And that is a very dead spy. Completely called out. Benpl holding on for now. It's about a minute and a half here on the round.
This has been one of the weirdest, like, even Uber's last, like, Gullywash holds I've ever seen. I don't know. The sacks and the pushes, it's all been like, you know, it's been a bit wild. There's been a lot of fighting in lobby. The spy play, I guess, is a good idea, but, you know, when there's 5 people running around, you're going to get bumped eventually. And, yeah, against a Pyro, there's absolutely nothing to be done. But the gun has been spammed down in the meantime, and that's going to have to get rebuilt. And in the transition of the gun being moved, 3 players from Net Profit have got themselves underneath onto the point, and they are going to try and squeeze in as best as they can. Ubercharge used, trying to get in, trying to get a bit of cap time, trying to get a force out at least onto Samson. They managed to get the force out, but what else are they going to get? Squonk running out alone underneath. 2-for-1 in terms of frags, but I'm not too certain Squonk and the rest of this combo are going to get out to safety. It seems like they might be. That's kind of incredible, to be honest, that they don't get caught in river. I'm astonished.
It's just a couple of beef shots from the scout there. Bob Page looks to go in. Squonk very, very vulnerable, but does not get taken down. They are, for whatever reason, looking to just re-aggress this, so they're definitely just committing.
There's 20 seconds. There's 20 seconds. They have to.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They're just looking to send this in, Ben.
They're trying to get players underneath, trying to get Ziaz in, trying to get Strawberry in, just trying to get any kind of cap time that they possibly can dream of. They're going in a bit of an awkward spot behind that box there. It's going to be hard to get onto players on the point, doing enough space. Jando able to get enough frags there. The gun doing great work too, and just Squonk the medic left alive, running onto the point, but there's no cap time. As we reset the rounds, 2-0 still for Net Profit, with a few minutes left before we go into the mandated overtime. But I guess it's been like a start. These last holes earlier in the game weren't as good for PUGS, but they've hung on this time.
They hung on, but like, it's such a weird, like, those were such aggressive pushes in from Net Profit where they just kind of kept sending in, keeping people fighting, that they kind of never really, I felt like for PUGS at least, had much time to breathe whatsoever. On this mid-fight, it's early aggression here, but this is so much damage. Turris has been a menace so far on mid. Finding another two, they're combining for Strawberry with another kill, and Turris is now feeling himself.
Aaron,
walking in through Big Door, just finds everything. Look at the crunch there from Net Profit.
They are absolutely feeling it now. They run forward, an absolute rampage. They realise, you know what, we really, really hate it when we're stuck with even Ubers and enemies last. So we're going to do everything in our power to stop that from happening. And the best way to do it is to just kill everything on mid. Fantastic collapse there from Net Profit. Full Uber advantage. Actually more than a full Uber advantage because Samson hasn't even spawned up yet. So this is like, what, 120% add probably. Samson only just building now. Space up on the heavy. They're still waiting for Bob Page to spawn in, who was going for a bit of a funny spy play, but the Uber charge already in. Net Profit odds on for taking a 3-0 lead here. Sticky still to clear, Soldier still to clear off. Bombs come back in from Aaron, doing a lot of damage towards the point, and in a 4v3 perhaps this might be going awry. Bob Page could be a spawner, and Squonk last one alive, and they've managed to bottle it.
That is so surprising there that they don't manage to get that conversion. It looks so good for them. Another bottle, big advantage last push. But they're Uber, just not that effective. Unfortunately, they don't have any positioning. PUGS capitalizing off of it now. Big advantage for them to play with. Medic still just about spawning there for Net Profit. And that means PUGS looking to take middle here, already coming in. But there's a bunch of blue health bars members sitting there as well. Back for now, trying to re-aggress. There's one soldier coming in, but that is a massive rocket there coming out from the red soldier.
Yeah, absolutely. Now 2 players down and midpoint getting capped up. Ubercharge is used, which means it's going to be a bit harder to maybe push forward with no soldiers. Both those getting denied forward spawns. They might want to go anyway. Squonk still a bit of time away from getting an Ubercharge up of their own. As now we see space being taken over towards the point by these red players. They're just a bit tentative here. I think they're fearing a potential Uber push coming back through. But with second point getting capped up, with a player in Big Dog getting caught also, this has been mission success for PUGS.
Yeah, they managed to climb their way forwards there. In on it to second already. This is another kill onto Air as well. But it's just a frag onto Squonk in the meantime. This is disastrous now for Net Profit, losing their med, capitalizing everything they can to try and go forwards onto Samson, but he remains untouched. Just one Straw Bunny in through lower. Turris up on last. What can they do to try and hold on? It's just Straw Bunny looking to find so much damage there onto the Scout, but it is not enough. 2 players left on last to try and hold on. That's PUGS looking to send this in. It's already Uber popped coming in onto last. Point half capped. It is 1 Scout finally getting traded across, but there we go. PUGS responding. Round of their own, and we're still very much in this Gullywash map.
Yeah, which I said before, it was they need to take the chances to PUGS when they get them, and there, what a conversion, a great drop over onto Squonk, and great conversion onto last, despite the nice little pipe air shot there by Turris onto an Ubered Scout. Was a nice shot, unfortunately doing 0 damage though, given the Scout was just getting flashed in time. But PUGS now back with a foothold in the game, still behind by a round, and still trying to find a way to get this conversion in. Big aggression though at the start of this one. Turris falling, Squonk takes a bit of damage, has to go for the pack, and health advantage and player advantage now going to be in the way of Net Profit. And this is more of the same with these mids. The blue mids have been so damn good, and they continue to be so.
It's so hard for Samson to play, right? It's up so much damage every time he arrives to mid, has to play passive, sit back, heal up with a pack and choke, and that means that they just have no positioning. On the side of PUGS, Net Profit can play off of that How they lost that 2-round lead. It's only a 1-round lead at the moment, but even Uber's slightly in the favor of Samson as he was able to escape, run back to last, healing the entire time. Ubers are just going to even up for Essence now, getting the Uber back themselves. Just buffing up, looking for some kind of a sack, I assume. Once again, net profit. Even Ubers, and they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, there's no real rush. Like, there's 1 minute 20 until the round time, like the overtime starts. So there is like almost kind of an incentive to not push instantly here and try and make their round count to win the game completely. Or they can just bomb in and kill the medic. That also works. That's also fine. You know, like no one's going to complain about that happening. As Ziaz bombs in, gets that kill, and the point is capped. Basically instantly. Okay, fair enough, just serves the sentry going straight into the medic, no messing at all. Samson's Uber stripped away instantly, and the round is done in genuinely 10 seconds.
Surprisingly, basically no point pressure at all there for PUGS. Losing that medic just completely collapses their defense. Net profit sacking on it instantly as they take that round before PUGS have even time to react. Back onto middle. There's 30 seconds left here in regulation, but PUGS now a bit of a mountain to climb to stay in this winner. Of course, qualifying directly into the LAN Downunder. There's a soldier sacking across there, but trades coming across the board, but Samson does not survive. Zayas bombs in. And this now, no soldiers for net profit, means that they are going to hold a bit far back as PUGS just send everything in the kitchen sink at the enemy medic, but find nothing. Instead, it is Taurus with so many pipes connecting.
Yeah, Taurus doing a fantastic job there, and the scouts too. I know in the pre-game analysis, the emphasis was a lot over towards this scout combo, but again, doing fantastic work there in that post-fight. Medics down, lots of pressure is going to come towards Squonk to try and even the Ubercharge situation out, and yeah, they're completely up for the task there, and Strawbunny doing a fantastic bit of work there, with some nice pipes from Taurus, of course. And now we're in a very, very familiar situation. Full Uber advantage, second point capped up. Going to be a Pyro this time to help out the Engineer, but that's it in the way of off classes for PUGS. And you know, this could be a ticket to LAN Downunder secured in the next 30 or so seconds, because net profit, they want to go in, they want to use, and they know there's a LAN ticket on the line.
Sending it in, Pyro up this time to try and guard the sentry gun, goes down regardless. Now, Soldier on lower has to do a lot of work trying to hold this on, but Jane Doe is coming up, doing a lot of damage with these sticks. 2 players falling already as Jane Doe just finds absolutely everything. Oh my god, so much damage dealt, managing to hold on just barely. So LAN Downunder maybe still in contention. Net profit was so close there, but my god, Jane Doe.
That's crazy. I actually like that. That's such a clutch hold. Like, it's such a clutch moment of the game. Full Uber disad, and they hang on to fight for another day. PUGS now ready to start the re-aggression, ready to start perhaps squeezing in on this middle point. There is still Uber advantage, sitting at around 30%. Samson and Co going for the submarine play. Bob Page Jendo in there as well, trying to get through, trying to perhaps go up enemy elbow, cut off these players. Squonk still 90-ish% Uber, won't be having in time if they chase it down. Bob Page goes and gets the frag onto the medic, but in the meantime, everyone has been collapsed on in choke, and the backup is already on, and this isn't even necessarily good for PUGS. They're 2 players up.
Goon! The Goon is in from River, no one's there to contest him. One soldier in on last, the Goon
He's on last.
What? Oh my god! By himself! Takes net profit to LAN. Wow.
The evil scheming of the evil Goon just solos the entire team. That's fantastic to watch. Oh my, that... I really thought they were back in. You know, the Uber comes in, they managed to catch Squonk, and in the meantime, you know, the rest of the team just gets completely destroyed in choke. And yeah, as you say, evil Goon having a good little highlight moment at the end to top things off and stamp that ticket to LAN Downunder.
Got the logs up on your screen here, and I think they kind of agree with me in the story I want to tell more than anything. Taurus was hitting so many pipes. Absolutely
it was
destroying PUGS.
Even when people, it's all the time, right? You know, just if your demo just doesn't miss, the numbers can be pretty obscene, and this is what happens, right? Like it's madness from Taurus.
Zayas was a pretty good game as well, but I feel like this time around, right? Sunshine rather was kind of close, but I just felt like this time around they didn't really have much of a say in anything that happened. They had that one round where they kind of converted to the mid in a bit of a weird fight, but for the rest of it, it's just net profit just completely outgunning them, to be honest, completely outplaying them as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess we can analyze as long as we want, right? But I hear we've got some dedicated individuals to come in and do that for us. So I guess if they're ready, shall we throw back? Okay, we'll hold for a moment. They're not quite dedicated. They're not quite there at the moment. So we can sit and waffle for a little bit more moment. We can go and glaze tourists a bit more if we want. But we can get some more stats in this. We've got some medic stats. I guess the thing we pointed out on the Sunshine, right, was medic deaths were incredibly low. This time, I believe they were slightly higher. It was a bit more messy, especially on the mid fights. Like I feel like Bones never. They had like one mid where they really got in and had a good fight, but like the soldier duo, like in particular, like say Evil Goon coming back in as the main soldier, I think made a pretty good difference. The coordination between Evil Goon and Ziaz was absolutely fantastic to watch on these mid fights, and it gave Samson a really hard time.
Yeah, Samson just couldn't get it going on these mids, forced to sit so far back in his own elbow. As soon as he arrived to mid, never really was able to convert across. And for that, right, Bone Pugs never really able to get into the fights at all, to be honest. It gets so hard, right, when you start off on mid and your medic just can't play the game. Like at that point, you don't have any health bars, you're just kind of left. You might be playing a mid where you think that you're gonna arrive to mid and get some buffs and then go back in. But if your med is stuck in choke and he can't heal anyone, you're just gonna collapse. And Net Profit just do such a good job capitalizing off of that, getting in and getting themselves to LAN.
Do I hear that the desk is ready? Right, desk is ready. So we'll stop waffling on. We can hear some other Oz Fortress natives come in and take this one away.
I mean, your analysis was fantastic, guys. I mean, yeah. I don't have much to add. With our slight delay, you've managed to pick apart that game just about as good as we can. 100% though, you're on the right page with the terms of control that Net Profit had over those Gullywash mids. It felt like Bones Pugs didn't really have much of a chance. The one mid fight they did win, they did manage to pick off both of their soldiers quite early on. I think they picked up Evil Goon or T3 while he was still walking up elbow there. And they couldn't really capitalize off of that space that they got. But for the most part, Net Profit was just doing work. Freaky, the cat. You've got a friend.
I do have a friend, and he's scratching my neck right now. I want to scream in pain, but yeah, great analysis, guys. But you can really tell... Oh, this is hurting. You can really tell the snowball effect from the first map onto the second map as well. They play really slow. This is the Taurus team. Incredible DM itself from Taurus, but the really snowball effect where they play really slow, allow the other team to get Uber for their last, as our wonderful casters from another dimension or continent, others would say, has said. Yeah, definitely played it a little bit too slow for anyone's liking, but again, it's just the guarantee of we play safe, we get the pick, we're on their last, and you can definitely see that with that second map, Gullywash, where it's like a mini checklist, basically. It's like, take out the sentry, bang. That can all be avoided by the Pyro that can play as well on the defense team. Like, there's a lot of factors.
And Snazzy, we didn't get your thoughts on that first Sunshine map. How'd you feel that went?
I feel like it went exactly how it was supposed to. You know what I mean?
As written.
Yeah, that's what it said in the scriptures, and that's how it was in real life. You know, and that's sort of the same thing that I'm feeling with this map. I mean, you guys have, between yourselves and both Ben and Wan as well, you've covered everything I could possibly come up with. I'm really not that smart of a person, you know, so I'm not going to come up with anything.
Give yourself a little bit more credit, Snazzy.
You're smart and sexy. Come on, man.
It's like, I don't know, Net Profit just really ridiculously dominant. I don't know. You're right, Freaky, in that it was kind of like checklisty. But it did seem like they were taking a very methodic sort of strategy with everything there, and it really worked out for them. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they do in the rest of the.
Awesome. Well, if we get this bracket up, we will find out. Yeah, if we can take it to the bracket production. Net Profit have become our next team to qualify for LAN Downunder 2025 in July at Fortress Arena in Melbourne. alongside Protein Farts, Ascension, and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, is Oxy's still
We're
going?
live. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the lower semi-bracket final is still ongoing. Second Pentagon versus the Oxy Connoisseurs. But very soon we'll find out who wins that match and moves on to the lower finals. The winners of those two lower finals will qualify, and the losers will get eliminated. So we have 4 teams so far alongside our 2 invited teams, and there's only 2 places yet for teams to qualify. It'll be one of our, I think it's 2 of our 6 remaining teams, 5 remaining teams. Do we have an outcome for the Spenagon Oxys game yet?
I think they're about to go into this second match, so there's still more to come.
Second match.
Jesus.
So
Shout out the banning config.
Yeah, we
So
love
their
the
first map
banning
was
config.
Snakewater, I
love it.
believe. Is that right? Can we get verification on production that the first game was Snakewater?
This is
First
second
game was Snakewater.
It was Snakewater Process Bagel.
Yep.
Yeah, and it went 4-3 to Oxys. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so
there you
the
go.
winner of that game will go on to play against the team that just lost to Ascension, which I believe has the likes of Avos, Cardos on it, or some of those teams.
Let me
players.
check for you. The
Let me
team is
pull
called
up.
Fun Having Good Time Enjoyers. And
Oh,
the players
fantastic.
is Peep, Tenuous,
Cool.
Shady, Corn,
Ah, of
JDN,
course.
Gogan, and Doctrine. I'm not sure which ones are called.
A classic, yeah.
That is the have fun team.
The fun having good time enjoyers featuring Doctrine. That will be a fantastic.
Yuck.
I'm very sorry for,
We saw
for
you, bro.
assuming
We
that
saw
Avo
you.
wasn't on the fun having good time enjoyers team. Yeah, so we've got a few games ahead. Our 10 p.m. games will be both our lower finals, and we'll send it to Stream B now, and we'll see you very, very soon.